Hello, and welcome to Southeast Florida Real Estate and Lifestyle. I'm Susan Myers. As a member of the Blue Friends Society at Loggerhead Marinelife Center, located in beautiful Juno Beach, Florida, it's my pleasure to have with us today Jack Lighton and Lynne Wells of Loggerhead Marinelife Center. Lynne is board chairman at Loggerhead Marinelife, where she heads up strategic, local, and global initiatives to include serving as chair of the annual Go Blue Awards, a global ocean conservation event. Lynne is also instrumental in ensuring Loggerhead Marinelife Center remain a world-class sea turtle hospital and ocean conservation hub. Serving as capital campaign director for the expansion of Loggerhead Marinelife, launched in 2017, the campaign has raised $16 million of the $20 million goal. As media past president and chief executive officer of Loggerhead, Jack Lighton plays a key role to Loggerhead's continued success as senior advisor, where his work focuses on developing further the center's environmental, social, and corporate endowments. Focusing on sustainability and conservation, Jack's role as senior advisor is instrumental in driving positive change through collaboration with individuals, foundations, and corporations. His work to ensure the expansion and long-term sustainability and conservation strategy for Loggerhead Marinelife Center draws attention from an audience around the globe. Welcome, Jack and Lynne. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Susan, we are so thrilled to join you. Lynne and I are honored to be a part of your show and to speak and see your viewers. And we are so thankful for all the support that she has given for so long. So Lynne, we're here to talk turtle.
One of our favorite subjects. So we really would like to welcome all of you that are watching this podcast to consider coming to Loggerhead Marinelife Center, located in beautiful Juno Beach, adjacent to one of the most important, if not the most important, sea turtle nesting beach in the world. Tell them a little bit about our history and how we started.
Right. Well, you and I both have a long personal affiliation with the center, which is great. It is a real staple. It's a part of the fabric of the community here in the Palm Beaches, and now more increasingly around Florida and around the world.
Absolutely.
But the center is a really unique destination. We are a working sea turtle hospital, and what's interesting about our center's mission and location, as Lynne mentioned, we are adjacent to one of the most important sea turtle nesting beaches on the planet. And so numbers are interesting, right? It'll help you understand. We have a 9.5 mile beach. And on an annual basis, we'll get anywhere between 12,000 to 22,000 nests on 9.5 miles. Where across the state of Florida, Florida is one of the most important nesting regions in the world. Typically, nesting beaches are about 35 miles. And on those 35 miles across the state, typically between 1,000 and 2,000 nests are laid each year. So again, in 1 year, 9.5 miles, we're between 12 and 22,000. It allows us, sea turtles are threatened or endangered animals, and we have an incredible sea turtle hospital, an amazing PhD-led research lab. We're able to collect more data on these endangered animals in one season than most organizations can collect in decades. So it really helps us.
Absolutely. And this year in 2020, we're close to 17,000 nests, which is incredible. When the way Loggerhead really got started was because of this very important beach. And our founder, Mrs. Eleanor Fletcher, came down to Florida, I think in the early 70s.
Suburbs of Boston.
Jack actually has met Mrs. Fletcher as a young lad.
Little guy.
And she really started noticing the number of sea turtles nesting on the beach, the number of nests, and really was a self-taught educator of sea turtles, and really became very well known. There are people across the U.S. that know her as the Turtle Lady.
Yeah.
And so she really understood this connection between Juno Beach and the high density of nests, and how very important this really our region is for that.
And And I think one of the things that's really great to see now in the modern era of Loggerhead is Mrs. Fletcher was and always will be known as a trailblazer. She was a very petite in stature, but very spunky. And for a lot of our leadership, when you look at our leadership team at Loggerhead Marinelife Center, Lynn is the chairman of our board of directors. We have a very diverse female dominant board, mostly female board members. Our senior leadership team at Loggerhead is comprised of really, really thoughtful female leaders. And Mrs. Fletcher, self-taught, was one of the first people in the state of Florida to receive her research permit from Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. So when we talk about the experience and the education and sort of the takeaway from Loggerhead, in this day and age, the ability for organizations to connect and inspire the next generation of female leaders, that is authentic to our core and started back in the 60s. And she's just an incredible leader for us to hold up and
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's really wonderful. Visitors, Loggerhead has been around for over 36 years. And if someone comes to our center, what they will see and experience is very, very unique. We are a working sea turtle hospital. We actually have had people, I know of a family in England whose children loved sea turtles, and they Googled sea turtle hospitals. They actually planned their vacation around visiting Loggerhead Marinelife Center because they saw the experience that they would be able to provide for their children to come to the center, really see these sea turtles in these tanks being treated. And we are a sea turtle hospital. We are not an aquarium. And our goal is to treat these turtles and release them. And in any year, we may have 100 turtles, thousands and thousands of little hatchlings.
The babies are super popular.
They're very cute. They're very, very cute. And so if somebody comes to our center, what they will see is they will enter the center and come through our exhibit hall and then come out, and they will actually, once they come through the doors, they are in the Sea Turtle Hospital. And we've had people say, oh, I've been there, but where's the hospital?
Where's that hospital?
And we'll say, well, were you outside where the tanks were? And that is the hospital. That is our outdoor Sea Turtle Hospital. And there will be any number of different types of sea turtles that are there with us being treated. We have a world-class hospital. Viewers can look through the windows and see at any time a sea turtle being treated. And not only our really robust Sea Turtle Hospital, our educational program. Let's talk a little bit about our educational department.
Yeah, and sort of linking back to Mrs. Fletcher, this was always her vision, that she would be able to use the sea turtle, right? The sea turtle is a really charming, magnetic creature. Some people are attracted to the turtle. They can't exactly understand why. They're cute. They're inquisitive. But it was Mrs. Fletcher wanting to use that animal ambassador as an education tool to inspire younger people, because it's the younger people that we see that are going to have long-acting, responsible, exciting changes that they can implement either in their homes, their places of business, or across their communities. And so our education team, again, led by a fabulous, dynamic female leader, Hannah Campbell, last year was a record-setting year for us. And then we'll talk about a little bit of the pivot that we did through COVID.
Yes.
So last year, our portfolio of programming. So this is kind of interesting. So guests at the Sea Turtle Hospital at Loggerhead, when you come to visit, first you can visit for free and you can park for free. We are donation-based. We have over 350,000 general guests on an annual basis. But our education department is unique. We have a ton of curriculum-driven programs. So 74,000, just over 74,000 registered students last year alone went through our curriculum-driven programs at Loggerhead. And as everyone knows, we're going through a really, really unique time that kicked off in March of 2020, which is the COVID pandemic. And all businesses, including organizations like Loggerhead, had to pivot. And one of the things that absolutely, I think I can speak for both of us, blew us away was our team's innovation. Our campus had to close for between March and May, temporarily to guests. Our center was still open. We're a working sea turtle hospital. So we had a lot going on, but we couldn't welcome guests and we couldn't welcome students. Well, our education team innovated within about 48 hours time. They digitized a vast majority of our curriculum-driven programs, and then they put them online and offered free daily coastal classrooms. And this happened at a time when everyone was stuck behind the computer, that we were at home. We didn't know what was going on around the world.
People were trying to figure out, what do I do with my children?
Or people were just trying to figure out where they could get their toilet paper. Is there toilet paper? So this team worked around the clock. And what's fascinating is, in person, we greeted and served 74,000 in-person registered students last year, so traditional serving of students. But in 3 months' time, we served over 320,000 students when we had to go virtual through the pandemic. And what was awesome is so many of these kids and adults, because we have programs for all ages, were from places all over the country and all over the world. And so again, we have this beautiful animal ambassador, a really, really unique opportunity to share educational or conservation or sustainability perspectives through something that's charming. It's not cold and sterile like a textbook. It's charming like a sea turtle. And what happens is people get so enamored with the turtle that even if they remember like the top 3 pieces of the lesson, the turtle needs a clean house, the turtle needs healthy food, and all of us, including the turtle, need clean, healthy air and water, we're happy knowing that folks go back to their classroom or back to their home with just those 3 learnings. And you helped us coin a phrase, Lynn, which I think connects. So, a lot of people say, so why the turtle? Like, what? I don't get it. What? So why don't you share the phrase that I think is really such a great mantra?
Well, the sea turtle tells us the health of the ocean. The ocean tells us the health of the planet. And that is something that is really important. I think everybody can really relate to that. And visitors to our center really see that the sea turtles are kind of our ambassador, our ocean ambassador. You talked a little bit about these children coming to our center. Something that we are very proud of is the number of underprivileged children that actually have been able to come to our center. And that is very important to us. Some of these children, we're a coastal community, and some of these children live 10 miles to the west of us and have never seen the ocean. And it is just a life-changing experience for them to come to the center, to see these turtles, to see the ocean for the first time. And, it really helps them learn about their place in the world, how they can make a difference, and really helps these children. And I think that, we were talking with Susan a short while ago about some of our experiences. One of our very important experiences during nesting season is what we call a turtle walk. This experience allows our visitors to come in, it's in the evening, and receive an educational program for a short time while we have scouts out on the beach looking for a nesting loggerhead sea turtle. And we'll tell you a little bit about the different types of turtles that are on our beaches. But our loggerheads are what we are able to take people out to witness a nesting sea turtle, female sea turtle. And, these animals, they're not like other turtles. Sea turtles never come onto the beach unless they are nesting, the females. There are a few places that some turtles may bask in the sun in the cold Pacific waters, but generally sea turtles do not come on land. The females will drag their 350-pound body up on the beach, and they will dig this nest that takes an hour and a half or so, and they'll deposit 100 eggs. And it's just an experience that is really unforgettable and very, very unique. And we are able to take people out to see that. Another program that we have is when we will release the little hatchlings. Our team, our research team, will excavate a nest after it's hatched out to see if there's anybody left down in there. And then they'll keep these little hatchlings, take care of them during the day, and then release them in the evening. That's another really unique opportunity that people can be a part of. So With that, there are, what's really unique about Loggerhead Marinelife Center is the types of turtles that are nesting on our beaches. And we're one of the few places that actually has 3 types of turtles.
Very unique. So most beaches, to Lynn's point, most beaches around the world will typically host 1 or maybe 2 species. So what's also interesting about Loggerhead, the beach that we manage, is that we have 3 different species, and it's not only cool because you get to see such a range of sea turtle species, but the fact that these 3 species migrate, in many cases, some of them from around the world, to get back to this beach to nest, is that because we can assess the nesting behaviors and numbers of the specific species, and because our hospital gets to treat them, these 3 species, back to the mantra that Lynn shared earlier, they all have different diets. They all have different migratory pathways. They all have different habitats that they live in. So again, by assessing a very broad range of health from these 3 species, Loggerhead Marinelife Center, our sea turtle hospital, our conservation team, and our research lab are able to project out from the turtle the health of the migratory pathway, or the health of the reefs in Belize, or the health of the jellyfish population off the coast of Africa. So we have a very unique perspective to be a local hub right here in the Palm Beaches. But our resident patients and our sea turtles that are migrating through and nesting here are actually telling us a very global composite picture. And we have a former board member who we know and love very well, and she was also, Ann Miller, she was a longstanding member of our board and really helped us formulate the next chapter for Loggerhead. And she said something that is so profound. She's an incredible person and leader and educator. Water, no matter what continent you are on, no matter what continent little eager young minds are on, whether it's Africa or the United States or South America, water connects us all. And the sea turtle is right at the focal point of that. Right. And so it helps, again, Loggerhead is cute and charming, and we have these great experiences. You gotta come see the turtles, come on a turtle walk, a hatchling release, or a sea turtle release. When we're able to do those again, big groups, we are doing them virtually, so you can watch them with us. But water and the turtle really allows us to do a lot of different things that are inspiring, again, our guests, our students, our staff, our amazing volunteers, our corporate partners. And there's a lot that's happening in the corporate world right now with regards to sustainability and conservation.
Absolutely.
And I think maybe one of the topics that's coming up, which is so exciting, many of our corporate partners are sponsoring it, is what Lynn and her husband Pete founded many years ago, over 12 years ago now, which is our upcoming Go Blue Awards.
Absolutely. This is a really, really great event. It started as kind of a local effort to recognize those in our area making some significant differences in trying to protect and preserve our ocean and marine life. And it kind of came about by I started as a volunteer at Loggerhead out in the outdoor sea turtle hospital talking to people, and as people were visiting, we started noticing people coming from not only here but across the state of Florida and then the Southeast, and then the longer I was at Loggerhead, the more I would realize people are coming from Germany, they're coming from around the world. And so we really started recognizing that people are making a difference, and whether it's a child or somebody that's been doing this their entire life. So the Go Blue Awards in our 12th year is virtual this year, so anyone can watch this wherever you are in the whole entire world, with a renowned speaker from National Geographic, Joel Sartori. We'll tell you a little bit about him in a moment.
Yeah.
But the Go Blue Awards really is a way to recognize those making great efforts. And we have 6 categories. We have a youth category, and these, cool. They are my favorite, the hatchlings, we call them, because those are baby little turtles.
And these young ones are doing things at their
amazing.
age that are still well beyond anything that I've ever done. It's incredible.
We have an 8-year-old that's a finalist this year that has his own nonprofit. So, I mean, I wasn't doing that when I was 8.
I was doing.
So it's amazing what these, they are the next generation. They are the next Jacques Cousteau, Sylvia Earle. They're doing incredible things. But everyone else also is. We have businesses that are making really taking a look at what they can do to make a difference, reducing their waste, sustainability. So we have a business category. We have a nonprofit category. We have a lifetime achievement and a volunteer category. So what's happened this year, which is really, really interesting, is how global we have.
Yes.
We've always been global, but this year we have had received nominations not only from across the U.S. but from 8 other countries. So it's really amazing.
And I think too, with the virtual opportunity that everyone has right now to connect, is you received a record number. When you put out the call for nominations, you received we received a record number.
Right.
And the other cool thing about the Go Blue Awards is Lynn and I, or Lynn and Pete, or the center don't get to do the math and come up with a winner. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
I'm so glad.
Yeah, I don't know how we do it.
Do not have to make that decision because they all are just fabulous. They're all winners in their own right. But we have cultivated a panel of judges, and they are all experts in their field. And this includes Paul Nicklin, Christina Mittermeier, Jim Toomey, Fabian Cousteau. Many others who are just experts. Dr. Edith Witter, she's incredible. Dr. Witter, I don't know if we have any science nerds out there like me, but on Discovery Channel, she discovered the giant squid, and so she's an incredible, again, another incredible woman that's doing fantastic things. So this really great panel. One thing that's really interesting, 2 of our judges, one of them is our founder, Eleanor Fletcher, who Mrs. Fletcher did pass away in, I think,
2007. It was right
before the center.
She did get to see the center under construction. Yep.
So what's really interesting, her daughter is one of our judges, and her granddaughter, Susan, is actually a deputy vice president with Oceana, and she lives in Alaska, which is an incredible organization, conservation organization. So it's really great that Eleanor is still, her legacy is continuing through her granddaughter and even some of her great-grandchildren that we have
grandchildren and great-grandchildren came to the center last year and met with us and shared some stories and photos. It's so awesome.
It's really great to have them involved, and it's so wonderful to have these judges, and I send all the nominations off, and every year it's these are so difficult. But we really appreciate the wonderful input from these judges. And our speaker this year is Joel Sartori. So tell us a little bit about Joel.
So speaking of sort of science nerds and geeks, which I firmly place myself in that category, Joel is actually returning to us after, 5 years of being the keynote speaker. So Joel Sartori is one of the most celebrated National Geographic photographers, and he's focusing in on a really important topic that everybody should be aware of. And the topic is a little bit heavy, but Joel makes it accessible to all of us. The topic is, unfortunately, the next great extinction. And what Joel has done is he's put together this incredible exhibition called, and it's ongoing and it builds, called The Photo Ark. And Joel is known for traveling around the globe and finding animals that in some cases are declining so severely that there may be 1 or 2 left, or he may be photographing the last known animal of that particular species. And he photographs them in a beautifully and somewhat haunting way, either on a stark white backdrop or a stark black drop. And the Photo Ark catalogs these animals, talks about why they are in decline, what individuals and businesses and thought leaders can do to help save them or protect their habitats. He's done some beautiful books. He has the Photo Ark online. He's come to Loggerhead and photographed our Megan, a sea turtle, an olive ridley sea turtle, so she's part of Photo Ark. But one of the things that Joel does that I think is so exceptional and will be exciting to people who really like us feel so motivated and compelled and close to conservation and sustainability, or those who may not necessarily feel like it's something for them, Joel is such a good presenter and such a good storyteller, and at the end of the day, he is so funny that he has been consistently ranked as one of our fan favorite keynote presenters at the Go Blue Awards, and we have had unbelievable, Lynn has sourced some unbelievable presenters, but I can say with certainty that Joel Sartori is certainly one of the best. And so one of the awesome things about Go Blue this year is we traditionally have hosted the event here in the Palm Beaches at the Kravis Center with over 700 guests, and it's really fun to be together in person, and of course we miss that. But the opportunity this year is, let's say you like National Geographic, or let's say you follow Joel Sartori. He has millions of followers worldwide. Let's say you're just really interested in animals. Let's say you're like me, a bird nerd. Joel, you can join us for $25 on Friday, October 23rd.
That's right.
And you can join us. You can watch and celebrate the awards section of the luncheon, and then you get to hear a keynote address by one of the world's leading conservationists, Joel Sartori, who is a National Geographic thought leader, and it's really exciting.
He really is. He's been one of our past judges as well. We exempted him this year since he has consistently been one of our judges. So we're really excited about Go Blue. We're really excited. There's so many great things at Loggerhead, and if you're interested in learning more about Loggerhead, if you're interested in the Go Blue Awards, you can find the information on our website, marinelife.org. And the website really can kind of take you through everything that we offer at Loggerhead. It can explain the educational opportunities. One thing we did not talk about is our great gift store. And we're right now in the middle of in the very end phase of our expansion. And we moved into our center in 2007. Did not take long to realize the first year I think there were 70,000 visitors. Did not take long to realize we're busting at the seams here. And so we started planning this new fantastic building, the new chapter for Loggerhead. We call it our Waves of Progress campaign, and it's really, really exciting. So we're more than doubling the campus. This will really allow us to expand and accelerate all of our various activities, whether it's our educational activities, whether it's our sea turtle, our outdoor sea turtle area. It's it's an outdoor amphitheater. It's really, really fantastic. So
it's the proverbial game changer for Loggerhead, and one of the things that really is exciting to so many of our supporters, and I know our board, is the fact that we have a global partner network. We have 90 global partners in 16 countries, and we've worked very hard to make sure that Loggerhead is charming and accessible, We're free. We have a fun environment for people to get involved. But if you want to dive deeper, no pun intended, a little bit of pun intended, you can with us. You can get really, really science-y. And we have some of the best thought leaders when it comes to education, research, rehab, and conservation. Now that we have 90 global partners in 16 countries, we have a lot of thought leaders that are deploying Loggerhead Marinelife Center initiatives around the globe. And to quote our amazing Dr. Charlie, who heads up our Sea Turtle Hospital, he says so correctly and elegantly, it's not the 1,000 or so threatened or endangered sea turtles that we save here at Loggerhead. It's the fact that we're partnering with all these facilities around the world, and they too are now saving thousands around the globe. So there's an amplification effect. Well, we want these scientists and educators and thought leaders to come here to Juno Beach. And until now, we didn't have space for our collaborators to come join us. Well, we certainly will with the new expansion.
Absolutely.
It's so
and
exciting.
our new, we put on our hard hats recently and walked through the new building, which we expect to open late first quarter, probably late spring 2021. And it's amazing. There will be an indoor area where we can, our auditorium, which is fantastic, our ocean view sky deck. I can't wait for that area to be completed. So it's really, really exciting. We have so many things going on right now at Loggerhead, so much in the future. And we just hope people will learn more about us. And if you're visiting this beautiful, we call this our little part of paradise. If you're visiting this area or moving here, come and visit us.
Yeah, you've got to come see the sea turtles. And the other good thing is you can visit us online always, as Lynn said, on marinelife.org. You can certainly visit our social media properties on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. So one of the most exciting things about our expansion that just happened, you helped us develop this opportunity in March of this year as everyone was starting to go through the pandemic. This is very exciting. So if you want to get involved in Loggerhead, we would love to have you, of course. You can visit us in person, you can visit us online, you can visit us across all of our social media properties. And if we help you get inspired to become involved and you're so inclined, we have a new $2 million dollar for dollar matching gift opportunity for our campaign. And this is really, really important as a nonprofit organization. Our donors right now have the ability to help us raise $4 million. So if you want to donate $1, that's going to raise $2. If you want to donate $100, it's going to give us $200, and so on. And so it's such an important opportunity for us, because as we all go through this new normal, so to speak, together, we had one of our foundation investors come to us and really give us an opportunity like no other. And so it will put us in a position to be in the finalization phase for fundraising for our campaign.
Absolutely.
And so again, all of the information, as Lynn said, is available online at marinelife.org. You can also find information for the Go Blue Awards on marinelife.org. And right on our homepage, you've got Go Blue, how to get involved in general, and then if you want to get involved in our dollar for dollar matching gift, you can certainly do that at marinelife.org.
Absolutely.
So there we have it, another turtle talk.
I know, and come and visit us. We'd really love to welcome you.
Yes.
Thank you, Jack and Lynn, for that fabulous presentation. I can only say that sea turtles are messages to mankind all around the world. We're so blessed. For those of you who have interest in Loggerhead Marinelife Center, as they mentioned earlier, you can go on www.marinelife.org. That's a very comprehensive website. It'll tell you a lot more. In the meantime, that's it for today. Wishing you all a great day and look forward to seeing you soon.